Hi everyone, my name is Rosie, and I wanted to document my very first complete valley build. I have finished several biomes, but never the entire valley in completion. So I wanted to document it before I rip it all apart and redo it. First, we're going to start with the peaceful meadow. Currently, I have my peaceful meadow split in half. Half of it is designated to Milan, and the other, I'm kind of calling my itty bitty city, but both of these concepts have taken over the complete meadow at one point or another. I had a Central Park build that was kind of centered around Woody's Carousel. That was that my little itty bitty city is inspired off of, and I also had Milan take over the entire meadow too. So, but I challenged myself to incorporate every character home into the valley, and I kind of had to split them in half. So here we go. Let's start with Milan's area. It's centered around this pond for the most part. I have the little puzzle reward that you get from the lore keeper, and they did such a good job. It's so beautiful. And then over here I have the shadow puppet thing next to some seating area so they can sit and watch the show. This is just a secret little way to get to the mining nodes. I really enjoy big pathing and easy access to all of my mining nodes. You'll see that as a trend through this. I incorporated this bridge here as just kind of a piece to look out over the water. I hate that we can't use this bridge, to actually walk on, but I wanted to incorporate it somehow because I do think it's a pretty piece. It just is very impractical. Then I got Milan's tea cart here, right outside of her house. Very simple, just some flower beds, but God, it really is a gorgeous piece. Oh, and I kind of have I have all of the pillars in their original biomes. I don't know, I might incorporate them onto a huge build one day, but I kind of liked them in their own areas. Then we go around here, and I have the Great Stone Dragon actually clipped into the Milan Wall archway. I don't know if anybody else has done this. I did it completely by accident, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And I try to have at least a crafting station and a cooking station in each biome. I don't always do it, but I try. This kind of reminds me of the actual movie where she sits with her dad underneath the tree. I don't know, it's a sweet little spot. Oh, hey Merida. I got the pink house because I think they complement well together. They're about the same size. And the statues that go with it. And I forgot about the Zen Garden, which I think pairs really well with that temple piece. But then we'll go off around to the little bitty city, itty bitty city. I got Goofy Stall over here next to the Mickey and Minnie tune fountain. It's like Centennial or something like that. I don't know. But really cute. It matches all the colors. I have Woody's Carousel, which I have a love-hate with Woody's Carousel. I think it's gorgeous, and I love a carousel. I just don't like the cow print. As the only part of this carousel I do not like is the cow print. So I have done my best to try and hide it with bushes and fencing and trees and everything so that the lights and the colors still pop, but not the cow print. Across from it I have Oswald's Theater with some seating out front as you wait for your movie. I got Daisy's house over here because in the itty bitty city she would be the salon with the popsicle bench that she was seen advertised along with it. And then of course the fire station over here, complete with the fire station car truck. So sorry. And I actually have power back there because I was kind of making it all of the utilities, the water, the power, the fire, all the things. I also have to say I really love the brick fencing with these blind lighting pieces. They go so well together. Now if we could just get some red brick paths, it'd be so cool. Or even just the path, this lighter brown pathing that you can see in, I think it's Mythopia has some. It'd be gorgeous to have that. Anyway, along with my city, I have the V8 Cafe, or gas station if you want to call it, and I have Buzz parked at the gas station. So I can still access his house. Still can get to my mining nodes back in here. And that is about it for the Peaceful Meadow, Itty Bitty City, and Milan's area. Oh, I also have the portal right here. I never, ever have a great place for that portal to go. Anyway, on to the next part. Before we go on, wanted to say first, my outfit is because the current the current Dream Snap is Toontown, so I'm all Mickey'd out. But also I wanted to say real quick that if I sound sleepy and slurry, it's because I am. Just got finished doing a theater performance run and I haven't fully caught up on sleep, so if I sound a little crazy, that's probably most of it. Alright, Dazzle Beach is modeled after Rodeo Drive in California. So if you've ever been there, I hope that you agree. It's little slight nods to it. However, I have struggled with the beach forever. I know I'm not alone in this. There are several people who do, because the beach is such a weird shape, and I don't like messy builds. If it's too much clutter, it gives me stress and anxiety, so I like things clean. And this beach is the epitome of a clean build. So I'll start over here at Scrooge's store, and to get my mining node, I can still get to it easy. Just a little seating area back here with it. And then in the nomenclature of this build, Remy's house is a clothing boutique, so I got clothing racks out here. But this is I'll go out here first. You can still access the beach up here. It's, again, very clean, very easy to access, just some seating. But this is the money shot right here. If you look down at all the shops on the end there, it makes a little corner, the circle. I can't even remember what that spot's called on Rodeo Drive, but we'll get a little closer and I'll talk about it. But we still have Remy's here with a little seating area out front, or beside it, I guess. Again, this is probably the tightest mining node I have. I still have plenty of room and collect stuff, but that's probably one of the tightest ones. But yes, got the little fountain here, got Daisy's Boutique, and I just recently put some stuff in the windows. It's not the greatest outfits in the world, but I hated having the empty naked mannequins in the windows, so I wanted there to be something to give it a little personality. In my brain, the Corona Castle is a church in this build, because it has that grand church feel to it, in my opinion. And I put, just because it's in the same color tones, I put the French Cafe out here. Along back here is seating areas, along with Goofy's stall and a seating area for him to sit as he waits on people. Oh, hey, there's Hades. Over here, next to Skull Rock, which I cannot wait to be opened, we have Milan's boat. I have, not Milan, listen to me, Moana. I have Moana's boat over here. You'll see her house a little bit later on in this tour. But for me, I just kind of wanted to keep it near the water, but her house isn't. I got the well, and then this pillar. Over here on the second half of the beach, we'll start with this ice cream shop, which I know it's really popsicles, but it might as well be ice cream to me. A little stand out here. This is a boat rental place where you can get a ticket and go on a water cruise. You got Eric's ship out there too. Back in here, it's kind of just a catch-all. I got my crafting station back here. Still access the mining node back behind Mini Casita, which I don't think is mini at all. And this cave, which I kind of put this just kind of as a nod to the cave. There's I don't think this is the Madrigal table. I think this is the table for Mirabelle's, one of Mirabelle's friendship quests. That was a long time ago, so I don't 100% remember. And then just a little seating area. This in here is kind of my beach neighborhood. It's very small, very quaint, very cute, but I have the area bundle house, Mini Casita, again, not so many in my opinion, with a little seating area off to the side. Got the Stitch bundle house, which I just think is so pretty. In my next build, I want to incorporate something special with this house because this is just so pretty. And then actually Stitch, which his house, look, I have seen some gorgeous builds with his house, but it frustrates me because the footprint's a little odd in my opinion. And it doesn't lend itself to too many options, but we'll see how creative I am in the next rendition of this. And then we got this tiniest little beach area over here with a hammock and some beach towels, little bit of seating and surfboard. And then I got the I think it's called the beach house, with a pool, so when you swim in the ocean you can come clean off in the pool, get yourself a drink at this bar and come and sit down, have a good time. There's nothing over there, just access to Ursula's cave. And oh, I do want to say this, I really love I live at the beach and I love the sand dunes, and I was trying to copy the feel of going over the sand dunes. And I know you don't go over the sand dunes and look right at the water in this build, but I do feel like it's kind of a sand dune-y kind of feel to it when you come down this entrance. I don't know, just it's peaceful and I like it, so I wanted to share it. Alright, I think that's about it for the beach. Sweet and short and sweet. I guess on to the Forest of Valor. Okay, here we go to the Forest of Valor. Is there anything to say about this? It's got probably one of my second to oldest sections that I ever kind of made in my valley. I do love it. It finally came together. It's been kind of like a puzzle where I've pieced together sections and it's finally come together into a coherent thing. But anyway, we're gonna start up here. We'll come back to this section with the well and beyond, but let's start with what I'm calling the boys section of the forest. We've got the Snuggly Duckling, complete with an outdoor bar over here. It was part of Flynn Rider's friendship, with this well in the middle. And we got Flynn and Gaston, both with their own little boy thrones, and LeFou, Coconut LeFou in the middle. I really liked these, how these benches look with the fire pit. I don't know, it's rugged but still pretty, and I love it. And then we got, you know what, let me point this out real quick. When you enter in from the plaza, I love the way that water well looks in Belle's house. It just it already introduces you into the vibe of this build. Ooh, excuse me. But it's kind of at my town square. We've got the little shopping area right here, which, sorry, I already cleaned out Kristoff for today. We got Goofy, and Hot Chocolate, snack stand, some seating, some veggies. And then we got a little picnic area over here. There's just a little cart back in there. These are all my little cottage areas. I think it's the purple cottage, the flowery cottage, I want to say, and the provincial library. And then back in here is kind of a little sneaked away, tucked away spot for Rapunzel's tower and her area. She's got guitar to play. There's a seating area that she can sit and read, and a painting area with a sink so she can paint her heart's content. But yeah, and this just takes you back over to in front of I kind of stuck Gaston's workout area, but it just takes you back over there where we entered in this area. But if we tuck over to the other side of the forest, this is kind of, this area is color based. I wanted blues, but I also wanted you know, some color. I like Merlin over here. He's got a big outdoor library, lots of books and studying, so he can sit here and do all his stuff. We still access the fishing over here. That was important to me. And then I love Merlin and Fairy Godmother being together. I don't know, they're besties, and I love that. Of course, she's got her pumpkin patch, which I have a really big pumpkin patch I'll show you later on a floating island, but I really like having a small one that I can access, especially when I'm grinding Dreamlight or doing Star Path tasks, that kind of thing. I like having something actually in my valley. And of course, it's got to be for Fairy Godmother. And I love little Mickey. I think it complements her house well. There's a little seating area here, and then I can still go fishing. Obviously, we got Elsa. Jeez, my brain. Elsa's cave over here with the fountains. I like it. It's sweet. I like it even with a little swan boat over here. I think it's very pretty. I'm going to have a hard time figuring out a different way to make her cave look really pretty, but you know, I'm one to think that I'm one of those in the camp that I wish she had an actual house. I wish all the characters had an actual house that could be moved. I mean, Elsa, Mother Gothel, Jafar, all the people who have permanent structures as their houses. I feel like they get left out when you get to decorate and do things and build around. I don't know. I like having the flexibility of being able to move and give the characters their own experiences, but you know, that's just me. Finally, over here, I got Minnie. She's got a little setup. She's got a little bit of blue in her house, so I thought she'd fit well here. And I like her having her own little area with Figaro, which is actually walking around with me right now. Hey, Figaro. And then a little area where she can sit and gossip with all her girls, mostly Daisy, but I feel like she's the queen gossip. She is, reminds me, like the Golden Girls Club would be here if Minnie was a Golden Girl. Let me show you one other thing before we swing back around and look at my grand entrance for the Frosted Heights. But there's a little bitty little seating area here with the fountain and the swing from the newest Star Path, or the latest Star Path. And my access to my node, of course. I have to say, popular, unpopular opinion, I'm not really sure, but I preferred the green versions of the Star Path items over the blue. I actually wish we would have gotten more in the green, because I think the contrast of green and blue is just beautiful. But that's me. Alright, we're going to swing around here to the well is, you know, very simple. I had a hard time. Again, the forest layout took me forever. It really did. And except this part right here, this entrance, putting the Arendelle Castle and putting these pillars with the snow and the trees, this is one of the very first things I did. There's a spot up in Sunlit Plateau that I've had longer, but this is probably one of the things in my valley I've had the longest. Which I don't think the lights are on. It really needs to be... Oh, wrong button. It really needs to be the right lighting to get the full effect. So let's bump it to... Yeah, I love the blue lights and just walking. It just gives you a vibe when you're going into the Frosted Heights. Just my kind of vibes. I already have a place that or a thought that I'm going to put the Arendelle Castle in my next build, but this is one of my faves. It will forever be one of my favorites. But that is it for the Forgotten Forest. I'm telling y'all I'm struggling. Forest of Valor. On to the Frosted Heights. Okie dokie, here we go into the Frosted Heights. Like I said, I pretty much always had the Arendelle Castle here. I just think it complements these stairs and makes the stairs actually make sense. But there have been some adjustments along the way. As you can see, the new Star Path items on either side of the castle. A little seating area and some little flower buildups. It's a little snuggly in these areas, but it really does look nice with the Arendelle Castle. And then on to this part over here, which again, I was just trying to incorporate as many of these items as possible before I just tear down this area and redo it. There's my cooking and my mining. I'm telling y'all, I'm delirious. Crafting station, and it still makes me unbelievably upset that we cannot sit on these chairs. Oh well. I got the frozen pillars over here with the ever after plants? Are they called plants? I don't know. Really, it's just a cool vibe. And I will say, one of the... Oh, look at Fairy Godmother over there looking at the pillar. She's so cute. I don't think I'll ever change her out of her winter outfit. It's just too pretty. It's just way too pretty. But anyway, what I was saying, I have always struggled ever since I unlocked the Belle and Beast Castle. I have struggled with figuring out a way to make it look pretty. I think this does it justice. The Dreamlight trees just feel like they were made for this castle. Especially paired with the green from Ancient's Landing, those trees. Is it Ancient's Landing or the Wild Tangle? I can't remember. I think it's Ancient's Landing there. It pulls out the green, that turquoisey color, and I think it works. It finally feels like it works. I also got the lions and the topiary squares and her fountain. I can look at it and I'm not just repulsed. I'm happy with it. But we'll see what I do with it next. I kind of have some ideas, but we'll wait and see. And I also have their date night table out here. And then around here, you can still access the Olaf Cave and the mining node. Excuse me, I could yawn. Oh, excuse me, told y'all I was tired. And there's a little seating area. And then over here, I've tried to incorporate a bunch of the new premium shop things because I think they're pretty. I actually have plans for these little booths. I hope what's in my head comes off, but we'll see next time around. Next time I do decide to film a tour, hopefully my idea will actually make sense. But we kind of got a little I don't know, getaway area where they got eating and hot chocolate. You can eat cookies and hot chocolate and go ice skating. Got the Buzz and Woody ice sculpture over there, which I don't know if this is popular or unpopular, but I think it's beautiful. I just wish we had more. I would love to have, like, I don't know, at least 3. I'd love to be able to put a spotlight on them and have 3 sets of ice sculptures. They're just beautiful. But that's me. And then you kind of got the new, what I'm calling like a resort house, but it's a new premium shop house, which again, they did such a good job. I just wish we had these trees and those bushes to decorate with, but hey, that's me. Still access my nodes, you know, that's important to me. There's not much back in here, but just access. What? He is all up in that rock. Alright. And then over here, we have my favorite house. I freaking love the Frozen Fortress. It is just beautiful. I have lived in it for, I don't know, I might have lived in it like maybe 6 or 7 months of last year. It's just, I don't know, it makes me happy. It's my favorite house. I only moved away from it to be closer to the shops because I wanted to be able to check them when I didn't have that much time. But I might come back and live in it one day. I just really, really enjoy it. And I've always thought this fountain looked way better in Frosted Heights than it ever did in the Forgotten Lands. But then again, that is me. I wish we had more of them. I wish I could buy more of them, because I'd probably wear this fountain out. And then I've got Goofy's little area over here, which is being manned by the new Mad Hatter Snowman, which I think is the cutest thing ever. I mean, again, I don't know if I'd want to have more than one of them, but having the option to have more than one would have been kind of nice. And then I got my well over here. It used to be over there where all the new premium shop stuff is now, but I actually kind of like it better over here, tucked away like it's a little secret. But yeah, I think that's all you gotta. Oh, you know what? I'm lying to you. There is one more thing I want to show you. And I am not the first person to come up with this. I actually saw it on the stream. I could not tell you whose stream it was because it was over a year ago. But I love that this look of the Frozen Fortress from the Forest of Valor. I really love it with the fire pit in the front because it just kind of gives it that little extra chef kiss touch. But I am going to, that's probably one of the few things I'm going to miss, is that view of that house from this forest. But I'm excited for bigger and better things. Anyway, I think that's all you need to know about the Frosted Heights. So I guess on to the next one. And here we are in the plaza, which I have based around a university in my head. I got the partner statue, which to me would be the university head statue. Mickey as the mascot. And the plaza well is actually surrounded on all sides by the park entrance, because it makes it look like a big giant school building to me. But you can still get in there and access it. It's pretty cozy. And then I have both of the monsters houses in here. I don't know if I think one of them is dorms and the other is classrooms, or if I think they're both classrooms. I haven't decided, but I think they both fit the vibe either way. I have lots of desks and these new book fencing, all these books from the bind. Fairy Godmother's just following us, isn't she? But yes, lots of places to sit and study. through here, and I actually have an outdoor library with the inside out statue. I can't remember his name right now. Lance, I think. But we got, it's a little tight in here. It's hard to see in here, but I have a little outdoor library with a few things on display. Not the greatest, but it does look kind of nice. Again, more books and the book couch. It's kind of nice. I actually didn't like this when we first got it in the shop, but the more I've used it, the more I really, really love it. Bikes for the students to get to school. And this side's pretty much the mirror image of it. Lots of books, lots of things. Oh, I guess I should say this too. You can actually go through here because all the villagers like to be on this little ledge. So I made it to where I can actually go talk to them. And then I got the little vine cottage over here. I used to have the French cafe up here before I moved it to the beach. But I think the vine house works well. It definitely fits the studying vibe. But yes, there's not much to it, but I do really like the feel of here. It's, again, clean. I like clean. I like lots of pathing. There's a little bit of clutter and things, but it's all very subdued. And it just gives me a lot of peace when I'm running through my builds and I don't run into things and I don't have to navigate things too hard. The only exception possibly being the glade can have some more tight spots, but we'll see that when we get there. But yep, that is my plaza, my university. And we shall see what comes next. Okay, Sully, roaring at me. Okie dokie, on to the Sunlit Plateau, which might be one of the longer of the biomes to tour. There's a lot to look at. And I'm not gonna lie, recently when I did this challenge to incorporate all the character homes into the game, this took a pretty big overhaul. But let's start with this section here. This is probably the oldest decorated section I have in my game. I almost immediately, from unlocking Scar, changed this area because I could not stand the mopey, gloomy vibes that it was giving off. So I made this kind of my first landing station where I had the crafting and the cooking and a seating area that just was a lot nicer than the gloomy, just sad Scar area. Recently I added the time bending table, but other than that, it's pretty much been this way for a while. I used to have all of my Lion King jungle items on the other half of the Sunlit Plateau, but I moved it over here because there was more room for what you'll see in a little bit. But I have the Tusker house, which I think is so cute with this little seating area, and obviously I can still get my mining node. And then I have Pride Rock flanked with 2 of the Nala waterfalls, and then some more waterfalls back in here. And there's a little, little nooks of seating areas off here, and this takes you back to Scar's area, which I actually want to enter in from the main entrance. So we'll get back to that in just a second. I have 1 Dreamlight tree by Pride Rock for Simba. I have the pottery that always gets all the villagers outside of the Tusker house. And I just kind of threw the time bending part hay bed back here. And then this is where I have Moana. It's just tropical cool vibes to me. I don't know, I like her up here. The sitting area next to her little pool, and then an eating area with Maui statue. Just, it gives me Hawaii vibes, more than the beach ever did. So I really like her up here. And then we got Scar's area over here with the cave, the spooky cave, and his rock. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but the rock he likes to chill on. And then this is where I have Goofy. And honestly, this is kind of the reason why I don't have all the characters together right now. All of the Disney, a Toontown build right now, is because I love Goofy in this spot, and I wanted to kind of keep him here for a while because I think it's really cool that he can fish on the river. I got him a little porch with just this little setup and I actually see him fish off the spot quite a bit. I don't know, it gives me vibes, and I didn't have, I wanted some of the other characters in different spots. I wanted Daisy's house in the city, and I wanted Minnie's house with the blue. And you'll see Donald and Mickey's house a little bit later, but yes, I think Goofy just fits the sunlit vibes all the way. And I got a little picnic table, and I got this little checkers. I just can see him inviting all the friends over to play checkers outside. It's just something Goofy would do, I know. A little potting area and nest. This is still the OG crafting table that was by his house in the peaceful meadow. For some reason, even though I have crafting stations everywhere, I have always kept it with his house. We'll see if I keep that, but over here I have recently made an orchard because I really want to finish that task of memory task or whatever. So I have all of my bushes and things, and then obviously the master gardeners themselves, Eve and Wally, back here with Wally's garden, tucked away with his billboard sign. This little like secret seating area. I have seen him sit over here. So sweet. But yeah, we'll walk back over to the other entrance to see the other side of the glade. Not glade. I'm telling you, I'm so tired. Sunlit. I have always had these little trees flanking the bridge. I think they're just gorgeous. And then this is why I had to redo it. It's because I had to fit Ariel's house up here. I have Ariel and Eric's house together, which I had them in the Oasis in Eternity Isle, but I don't know, this vibe's a whole lot better, especially with the fountain in the middle. It just, the colors go, they really go, and I really enjoy it. Got Ariel. This little entrance I'm going to enter in if I want to. And then the little carriage from Ariel's bundle. And then Eric's house tucked back in here with an outdoor seating table. And then a little bitty little tucked away mining node spot, because y'all know I like those. And the controversial Eric statue, which I never saw the other one in game. I've only had this game for a little over a year, but I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this, but I like this one. I like him reaching out. I think it's a lot less awkward than him standing with his arm, on his hips or whatever. But that's me. I'm crazy. Okay, look, bird. I don't think I have a flower to give you. No, I don't have a flower on me. So, anyways, then I have the rest of the trees because I couldn't fit them all over there. Over here, and that is about it. We'll do the Forgotten next, except I don't like that entrance. I'd like to go to the other entrance. But oh, look at Mickey. Oh, I forgot to say my well's over here too. But oh, hey Mickey. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So I will see you guys in the Forgotten Lands. Okay, here we go. On to the Forgotten Lands. You gonna take us to your house, Hades? Nope. Alright, here we go. I turned it nighttime because you get the vibes a little bit more. But we have the Nightmare Castle. I like the way it looks with the Eternity Isle lights. It's pretty spooky. Plus, I think the green matches the green in the windows. We have Goofy Stall over here. And then I'm going to take you around this way first. This is my witchy area. Just where the two witches, which I know this is technically a Toontown house, but come on y'all, it's a witch house. It matches this one so much, even the shingles. But this is where they get their little potions. And they make their spells in the witch's pot. Got a little cooking station over here because of the green and purple and blues. It's just cool. And the new I had to put the candy bucket somewhere and it didn't fit in my forest, so it is in my Forgotten. So goofy. And then I got a little seating area next to the pillar. And then this I really do want to talk about. This is Hades' house, and yes, I'm in the camp that thinks his house looks so strange with the orange all over it. Except I put it here because I liked the blue flame vibes and everything. This is actually a rare spot where it actually works in both this biome and the Sunlit Plateau, which when I'm done with the Forgotten, I'll walk you down there and look at it, but it actually looks natural from the Sunlit Plateau, and you actually kind of don't mind the orange because the dark colors go with the rest of his house. So I don't know, I lucked out that this spot just seems to work for that house, and I don't mind the orange quite as much here as I would somewhere else, especially with all my pumpkins and stuff. So I don't know, it's an idea for somebody if they don't know what to do with his house. Try your Forgotten Lands. I got his throne right here, and then into my graveyard I got my well, some Nightmare Before Christmas items, and Maleficent's throne. But you know, I had to do the light behind the 2-hill heart, especially after having Sally in the game. Come on now, you gotta have a heart. But this is kind of it's really just Jack graveyard vibes. Lots of pumpkins, lots of candles. Back in here it's just lanterns and mining. Nothing too special. You got Jack's house with his tree and his throne. Sorry, that was a little bit of a jagged mouse use. I got walls kind of blocking off this other area, which the mushroom kind of gives it away. But over here are what I'm going to call my candy witches. Hansel Gretel vibes, that kind of a thing. You got Penelope's house, which I've always thought looks so spectacular in the Forgotten Lands. And then actually Merida's house, which I think it's actually based off of the witch's cottage in her movie. But I don't know, the purples and the blues, I don't know, it gave me the same kind of feel as Penelope in this area. It just, you know, don't get too close to these witches. Don't eat anything they give you because it's not going to be a good time. But also, like I said, got the mushrooms. I'm so sorry, my camera work is not good right now. The mushrooms, and there's a big purple tree and stuff, so it just gives, all the purples and stuff just give the same kind of feel. And then the dreaded treehouse. Look, I am 100% on board with moving this little thing. I don't know if we ever will because it's a location, but oh, it's just, I wish it was tucked over in this corner over here. I would not mind it one bit if it could tuck it in the corner. But the fact that it takes up half of the biome is wild to me. I can actually get over not being able to move these pillars, although I don't understand why we can't. But the treehouse is just so big. Anyway, let me show you real quick before we stop what Hades' house looks like from the Sunlit Plateau. But yeah, see the rock and the orange kind of gives off Sunlit Plateau vibes. Let's change the time of day real quick. It fits, and like even the darker rocks that are built in kind of have the same similar color tone as his house, especially the top one. So it's like when I'm working and playing in here, I don't even notice it. It actually blocks off a good chunk of the Forgotten Lands. I don't know. It just seems like a very perfect spot. Like it was made to go there. But that's my opinion. With that, we have one biome left. Time to go to the glade. And here we go. On to the Glade of Trust. One of my top probably spots in my whole valley is this part right here. I love this train station. I know just about everybody does a train station in their glade, but I just love this. This spot looks magical to me, especially at night. It's pretty during the day, but with all the lights going, it's gorgeous. But on through here, as Vanessa models for, just kidding. There's a little seating area by one of the trains, and a fountain, and you got this gorgeous shot of Tiana's palace and her little area. But first, if you tuck through here, a little picnic area and my crafting station. Oh, I need to break that rock. But yeah, and then we'll go sneak over to Mother Gothel's area real quick too. I just did lots of flowers and a picnic area. I swear I wanted to put my well, and I didn't want to always arrive when it was just dark and gloomy. So she is 4 early. She'll probably hate that, but she'll get over it. I don't really care what she thinks anyway. But anyway, on to Tiana's palace. We got a little bit with the ponds and a little seating area. And then there's this outdoor, let me get through the tree, this outdoor eating area where you can sit and have beignets, where you can dine with this outdoor kitchen. It just seems to fit perfectly in that spot. You can have one of Tiana's meals to go. Looks like she's got ice cream today. Yum. But yeah, just lovely little meadowy area. She really does just fit this perfectly. And then through here you can kind of sneak through there. It's usually where I gotta catch the alligators. And then just some trees over here. And then this area takes you into my neighborhood. I just really wanted to try a neighborhood vibe, and I couldn't ever get it right. And then I incorporated, I guess, parking pads or little places to park your cars, and it just seemed to fit. So these first 2 houses, however, do not have cars, but they do have the area. So in the car spot, we have a kid set up next to this house. We got Mickey, and Mickey's house actually has a barbecue area where he cooks for everybody. You can come over here and play table tennis while you eat on a burger. And then you got cannot remember, Charlotte's house. Is it LaBeouf Mansion over here? She doesn't have a car place either, but she would have somebody drive her. She wouldn't do her own driving. And we have actually probably my second favorite house in the game. I don't know. It's on up there, but the Lady Tremaine house, and her car is actually the trolley. And we got the flower greenhouse. God, I'm telling y'all, they really do treat us right. There's some beautiful houses in this game. If only we could get rid of the mailboxes. But anyway, this one I just gave them a bike so I could get to the mining node. And a little seating flower area. Then we got Tiana's house and a delivery truck. Don't ask me why, but it just fit. And then we got the Christmas house, which I know it's not Christmas anymore, but it just looks like a neighborhood house, so we did it. They're just the people who never take down their Christmas decorations. And they have the race car. And then we got the Lady in the Tramp house with the Oswald car. Oh, excuse me again. Oh my gosh. And then this is kind of where I'm living right now. This is the Bayou house. And I love it without the grass underneath it. I don't know. It's just cool looking to me. And then we got the little Louis alligator, wherever he is, in that house. I don't know where he went. And then I've actually had Donald here for a hot minute because I think he just looks like a riverboat, and I could just see him giving riverboat tours through the bayou, through the glade. And then Goofy's little stall that you would, after you take your riverboat tour, you'd come by and get some goods from Goofy. And then we go over to what I'm calling the natural area of the glade. We have the little gazebo, which God, they really are beautiful. My next build will have a lot more of these gazebos in it. But you can just look over the river and chill. And then there's some seating areas over here. This takes you back to the train station. And then if you walk over here, you have a little area for Ursula. Nothing too crazy. Her throne and her house. And then I threw in, and I know it's not very done up, but I threw in the flower shop because it's just gorgeous. Last one, I swear. And Beast's flower stall, and then I added this little thing to put the flowers in to store until I can actually build up the inside of the flower shop. But God, it just really is stunning. I mean, the flowers in the window and everything. I don't know. Dreamlight Valley, y'all are so creative. Kudos. But yeah, I think that about does it, you guys. I think that is my valley. Again, I think my two favorite spots in this current build is looking at the train station.
I'm so grateful.
I just love walking into this area. And then honestly, the look of what I'm calling the church, the straight shot, seeing that is magical to me. I love the feel of standing on this beach and it being so clean and organized. But yes, so that about does it for my valley tour. Can't wait to see what wonderful things come up next. Can't wait to use the new castle wall pieces. And here in a couple weeks, I can't wait to get Aladdin and Jasmine. So we shall see what fun things come ahead. Thank you for watching.